Republicans have finally gone and done it, passing a bill allowing for the inspection of children's genitals. That's right, the Republican Party in West Virginia recently passed a bill that would allow healthcare providers to visually or physically examine a minor child for the purpose of identifying their biological sex. And they can do this without the consent of the child's parent, guardian, or custodian. What happened to parents' rights? What happened? I thought the whole party of, parental rights, we care so much about parental rights. Why are they allowing this to happen without the consent of parents? Here it is. The thing that we have been warning about has finally happened. They have used the anti-trans panic to allow people to do literal genital inspections on children. The bill, SB 456, would define sex based on whether a person, quote, produces eggs or sperm. It also says that gender-segregated spaces like locker rooms and restrooms are to be used based on a person's sex assigned at birth. It also says that all intersex people are either male or female. No, they're intersex. By definition, they are neither. They're not in the binary. So, in fact, according to the Office of the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, they do not fit the typical binary notions of male or female bodies. They're just erasing intersex people, which are already a very tiny minority, okay, that gets singled out and gets discriminated against and gets altered in a lot of cases without their consent. It's estimated that noticeable intersex characteristics appear in at least 1 out of 1,500 to 1 out of 2,000 live births. So, I mean, you're talking fractions of a percentage of the population. Now, that said, people are born with subtler forms of anatomy variations, some of which do not show up until later in life. For example, you've got Klinefelter syndrome, 47XXY, Turner syndrome, 45X, and the chromosomal variants of 47XYY and 47XXX. So there's a lot of variations in humanity. And Republicans, the right wing and the gender critical people, are completely ignoring all that and are erasing trans people and are erasing intersex people. Now, of course, these Republicans that these bills, are pushing forward, right? They're claiming that we need to push forward on pass these bills. We got to protect the children. We got to protect the women and the girls, especially in sports. Okay, but the thing is, they claim that this is such a pressing issue, but never have any examples of trans people that are endangering women and girls or just making it unfair for women and girls in sports. I mean, look, back in 2021, West Virginia signed a trans ban. Okay, so no trans people in sports, right? And Stephanie Ruhle, remember, this was a fantastic interview with then Governor Jim Justice, who, she basically was like, what is this? This is not necessary. Can you give me a single example of this? And here's some of that.
Can you name one example of a transgender child trying to gain an unfair competitive advantage at a school there in West Virginia?
Well, Stephanie, I don't have that experience exactly to myself right now, but I will tell you this.
Not yourself, your state, sir. Can you give me one example of a transgender child trying to get an unfair advantage? Just one in your state. You signed a bill about it.
No, I can't really tell you one, but I can tell you this, Stephanie. I'm a coach. We all know what an absolute advantage boys would have playing against girls.
But, sir, you have no examples of this happening. Why would you take your time to do this? Let's talk about other things that I can give you examples of in your state. According to U.S. News and World Report, West Virginia ranks 45th in education, 47th in healthcare, 48th on the economy, and 50th in infrastructure. If you cannot name one single example for me of a child doing this, why would you make this a priority? I just named 4 things that would seem to me like a much bigger priority.
Well, Stephanie, I didn't make it a priority. It wasn't my bill.
You signed it.
No, Stephanie, listen, I think we only have 12 kids maybe in our state that are transgender type kids. I mean, for crying out loud, Stephanie, I signed hundreds of bills. This is not a priority to me.
Oh, this is not a priority. But, we're just going to pass these bills anyway. We're going to pass these, first we're going to start with the sports bans, and then we're going to go with allowing people to, inspect your genitals. The kids' genitals. Why not? Let's do that. No, let's not do that. Now, look, the text states that all multi-occupancy facilities like restrooms and changing rooms have to be designated as either exclusively for those assigned male at birth or those assigned female at birth. And so, how are they going to check? Well, I think it's pretty obvious. Now, the thing is, this is going to, of course, endanger trans children, okay? And it's also going to affect cis people, okay? Cis girls, specifically, that might look a little too masculine. They're going to be the ones that are targeted and singled out. Or maybe they're just going to, target the girls who might be too good at sports. Oh, you must be a man. You must be a boy. Okay, we're gonna have to check that. No, but it gets worse. By the way, it gets worse. Okay, on Monday, the West Virginia House of Delegates approved an amendment from Delegate J.B. Akers to allow a child's treating health care provider to examine a child's genitals without the consent of their parents. The amendment states that only the treating healthcare provider can perform such examinations without the parent's consent. The amendment does not mention adults, and therefore, presumably, they could be forced to undergo such examinations by anyone. And believe it or not, this part was actually an improvement over a previous bill. Yes, it could have been worse. This previous bill would have allowed teachers to perform said inspections. Akers' amendment was the Republican response to one proposed by Delegate Kayla Young, one of the 3 Democrats who actually is in the West Virginia government. This bill would have banned child and adult genital examinations altogether. So there it is. This is the response. Okay. Republicans are officially the party of child genital inspections. Without your consent. Without the consent of parents. I mean, this passed the state Senate 32-1. 32-1. The 3 Democrats in the body, State Senator Michael Wolfell, he voted for the bill. State Senator Joey Garcia voted against it, and State Senator Robert Plymale was not there, just decided not to show up. Weird. And on Friday, the bill passed the House of Delegates in an 87-9 vote. The bill was then passed by both chambers again on Monday, March 7th, with the amendment. It now goes to the governor, Patrick Morrisey, for his signature. So this is what Republicans in West Virginia have been focused on. Not making the things in the state better. No, just going after a very, very tiny minority and legalizing perversion. They should absolutely be ashamed of themselves, but I can guarantee that none of them are. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.